In this video, I'm going to be sharing book series you need to start now. Like, these are literally book series that are so good. I sped through them. I love them so much. So if you guys want more recs like this, be sure to subscribe because I upload videos 3 times a week normally, but during the month of October, I'm uploading videos every single day for Booktober. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one and stay for the next video tomorrow. The first book series that you need to read is the Dreamland Billionaire series. I read this whole series so fast. I think I read it so fast because it is very dialogue heavy. Like, if you're a reader who pretty much only wants to read books that are like fast paced, lots of things happen, and you're just gonna like be hooked from beginning to end, these are those types of romances. If you look at the inside, they are like thick, but like look at the words. I don't know if that like makes any difference to you, but it just like is not that difficult. I don't know. Let me see if I can give you guys like a good example of what the words look like. Like, there's lots of page breaks, and I feel like anytime there's page breaks, you're gonna get lots of like dialogue, and that's like my favorite type of romance. And what I love about this series is it's about 3 brothers who, all of them are like really rich, but their grandfather passes away and he is leaving them a bunch of money, and he's like, if you want to get the rest of the money, you have to do these 3 things. So each of them have something that they have to do, and they are kind of difficult things that they have to do. Like Declan in book 2, he has to like get married, and he's like broody, and he ends up getting like a fake dating marriage of convenience situation with Iris, who she's black, she's strong, she's stunning. Like, this whole series, I eat it up. And then in Lauren Asher's The Final Offer, which is book 3, I think his name's Callahan. He ends up having to like sell this house that he bought with his ex-girlfriend, and she literally still lives there. So the things they have to do are really hard. And then in this one, it's about Rowan and Zara, and I think he ends up having to, I can't remember what his was that he had to do. He had to do something with the theme park. I think maybe he had to like bring in more revenue for the theme park or something like that. I loved all 3 of these. They were all so good. I think my favorite was book 2. My second favorite was book 1. And then my like 3rd favorite, which it wasn't even, I don't even want to say least favorite because they're all so good, but I'd say it was book 3. But they're all incredible. You will love this whole series. You'll feel like they're just a little found family, and you'll really enjoy it. The next book series that I want to recommend is Black Girls Must Die Exhausted by Jane Allen. Now, the first and second book I wasn't really obsessed with, but the 3rd book tied all the other 2 together, and it kind of makes me want to reread this series because the book just like, I don't know, the characters go through so much in these books, and I feel like all 3 of these books, the first one's called Black Girls Must Die Exhausted, the second one's Black Girls Must Be Magic, and the 3rd one is Black Girls Must Have It All. I feel like all these books perfectly encapsulate what it's like to like graduate college and have to find your own after like, or while you're an adult. And the main characters in this are really trying to like get their businesses off the ground, and it's about a friend group. And I think the reason why I rated all of them like around 3, except for the last one. I think I rated it 3.5. But I thought that the books were gonna be about the friend group because there's like 3 friends in the friend group and there's 3 books. But it actually was about one girl throughout all 3 books. So I feel like if I had known that going in, which is why I'm telling you, I would have really enjoyed these books even more. I wouldn't have been expecting to have book 2 and book 3 be about the other 2 friends. But the first like beginning of the book, she starts out like really trying to make her way up the ladder in her career, but as a Black woman, she has to go through so many different hardships. And while she's doing that, she's also dating and trying to figure out what she wants because her family's like, you need to start having kids soon. And she's just like, I just don't even, like, I need to figure out my career. And all 3 of these books just show like the perfect balance of like trying to juggle your friendships and trying to juggle your family and trying to juggle your relationships and trying to juggle your job and career and be successful in all those things, and it's like literally impossible. And I really enjoyed this series. Again, I think if I had went into it knowing that they were about one character instead of about 3 different characters, I would have liked it so much more. But read this, I feel like you'll really enjoy it. Now, I had to add in this series because I love Kennedy Ryan's writing, but I have not read the whole series. I've only read the first book, which is actually the smallest book. This is the Grip trilogy by Kennedy Ryan, and I've read the first book, which is called Flow, but then there is Grip, and there's also Still. And all of these I feel like are gonna be so good. I just need to hop into them. Honestly, big books are really daunting to me, but her books, I fly through them because again, she just like has a writing that's so gripping. Flow is a really good book, and it's one that is about Marlon, who she like hasn't really talked to her brother in a while, and so she ends up going to like where he lives to like reconnect with him. And while she's there, she like connects with him, but also with his friend, and his friend is actually an artist, and they end up kind of having like a thing and getting connected, but it literally leaves on a cliffhanger. And this is actually only, I think 115 pages maybe. Yeah, 115 pages. So I feel like you will finish Flow really fast, and you can easily jump into the other two books. I just need to do it. I just need to take the plunge, but I had to add in this series because I loved Flow so much, and it left on a cliffhanger, so you want to immediately jump into the next book, which hopefully I'll be doing soon because I love this series so much. But it's about music artists, and it's about love, and it's about reconnecting with family, and all of her books are always so good, so I feel like I'm gonna love the rest of the series as well. The next series is a 5-star series for me. I rated so many of the books 5 stars. I rated 2 of the books 5 stars, and then 2 of the other books 4.5 stars, and it is the Magnolia Park series. I only have 3 of the books because one of my friends is actually borrowing Magnolia Park, so I don't have the very first book, but I have Daisy Hates, which is the second one, and then The Long Way Home is the third one, and The Great Undoing is the fourth one. Now I rated Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates 4.5 stars, and then I rated the other 2 books 5 stars because you're so invested into the series by this point. Now, these books are written really differently. They are written as if the characters are almost talking to you, and they also are kind of like, they're realistic, like they're toxic, they're like good friends, they're bad friends, they're messy, like they're humans, and I feel like they are just such a great, it's such a great series to read. It's about a friend group, and in Magnolia Parks, it's about her friend group, which is called the Box Set, and then Daisy Hates, her friend group is called, it's blanking, it's on the tip of my tongue, I can't even think of what it's called. It's gonna come to me later. But they, like, the friend groups kind of like interconnect and they like overlap. But if you like Gossip Girl, I feel like you'll really enjoy these books because there's so much drama in them, and like they're rich, they're like flying in their private planes. Like Magnolia, she's black, she's confident, she's strong. Daisy literally is a boss, like a freaking boss. Like she's like, she's in school, and at the same time she's in school, like to be a doctor, she also is like stitching up people with gunshot wounds. Like the whole series is wild, and I feel like it is such a good series to read if you like books that have toxic romances and more realistic romances, but also have lots of drama and will just keep you on your toes. These books are just, they're so good. This is the series that actually got me into like graphic novels. I had never really read a graphic novel, and I picked up the Heartstopper series by Alice Oseman, fell in love with it, and now I really want to read or watch the Netflix show. I love this whole series, and I think it's because it really shows like some really beautiful themes and topics, but also some really hard-hitting ones. And all of the characters in this feel just very like, I don't know, very like family. I don't know what it is. I just really enjoyed the whole world. It also is a queer read, and I feel like it's one that's really important. And it was super quick to get through because, again, it is a graphic novel. So there's like lots of pictures in it, and I mean, it's just fun. So pick all of these up. It is a Netflix series, so I feel like you will just like finish these so fast and want to watch the show. I think I finished each book in like 30 minutes, so it's a great way to just like have a nice little palate cleanser, and it was a really fun series for me to read. If you're new to getting into reading, I really encourage you to read the Hopeless series by Colleen Hoover. This was a book that I actually read in 2013. Her books have been around forever, and I started reading her books like in literally 2013. I want to say maybe like 21 or somewhere in there. Like I was pretty young, and I remember finishing Hopeless and literally telling my friend, you have to read it right now, it's so good. It's one of those books where if you're not really big into reading, you will want to finish the series fast. It is a book that I can't really explain too much, but Hopeless is from Skye's point of view, Losing Hope is from Dean Holder's point of view, and then these two books are about their friends in their friend group. I just really liked the story. I feel like it's a love story that also has like, I don't know, a thrilling aspect to it, kind of. Like, you are just on the edge of your seat, like, a lot of the time. Like, what's going on? Like, are they gonna be together? Like, is this gonna be a thing? And I don't know, it was really good. I also feel like some romances don't hook you from the beginning, and I feel like her series definitely does. So if you're new to reading or haven't really had a book that's just gonna like grab you right away, try reading Hopeless. I feel like you'll really like this series. I recently read In This Moment by Kayla Shawn and picked up the second book in the series, which is called To Be Loved. I still need to pick up the third book in the series, but I can't decide if I want to get it on Kindle Unlimited or not. I'm thinking about getting it maybe on Kindle because the cover does have like a man on it. You guys know how I am with men on the cover, but I love the cover of the second one, so I had to get the physical book. But In This Moment by Kayla Shawn is a really beautiful love story. It is one that I feel like had kind of like a unique twist to it. It's about Garen, who she works at this place that gets like artifacts that are really unique artifacts. And so she goes to this guy, Verse, and she's like, hey, one of my clients wants to buy these artifacts from you. And he was like, I'm literally not gonna sell those, like, so sorry. And she's like, come on, like, anything you need, I can get for you. Just like whatever price, let me know, name it, and I will like get it for you so that we can like make this deal work. And he's like, well, actually, I would like to have you, like, take you on dates, like, have you be mine for 2 weeks, pretty much. And she's like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. And then she ends up being like, okay. And he pretty much tries to like swoon her and get her to like be interested in him for those 2 weeks, because he knows after like the deal's over, she's just the type to like build her walls up so high that she won't want to like connect with him. I loved it, and I feel like this whole series I'm really gonna like. The whole series is called the Things Unseen series, and this is book 1 and this is book 2. It's by Kayla Shawn, and the first book only has like 400 reviews on Goodreads, which I don't know how, because I loved it. So I feel like I'm gonna love the rest of the series, but I had to put you guys on because this is another Black author. You guys know I love supporting diverse reads, and I think this is a really good one that you'll wanna have on your bookshelf. This is a series I feel like so many people have already read, and it's the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I actually just read it for the first time this summer. I had not read it before that, mostly because I feel like sometimes series are overhyped and people just like say like, oh, this series is so good, you have to read it. Then I start reading it and I'm like, what? Like, why is this hyped up? Like, so I never really picked it up because I thought it was overhyped. This is so good. This gives childhood nostalgia. It gives everything, like, you know, falling in love for the first time, like having a crush on someone who like doesn't have a crush on you back, going somewhere for the summer with your family. It gives all of those vibes. And if you go into this book with like that, knowing that it's just gonna be like happy, fluffy, it's gonna have some like, you know, harder stuff that you're not gonna like be happy about, but just overall it's giving you nostalgia. If you go into it with that like in mind, I feel like you'll really love the series. I feel like this is a great series if you're going on vacation, or if you're just gonna have like, I don't need a palate cleanser after like heavy thrillers or something. This is a really good one. Again, it's called the Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han, and this is a YA like coming of age story slash romance slash like family has stuff going on, and it's really good. So those are all the book series that you guys like literally need to read right now. Like, start literally ASAP. You will love them. I've read so many other like books and stuff, so let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. Maybe you want to see like enemies to lovers like trope video, or you want like a friends to lovers Rex video. Like, let me know. I feel like this one was a fun one because I love getting into a good series because I get so connected to the characters, so I wanted to share some of my favorites. And make sure that you're subscribed because there's new videos every day for Booktober, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.